Y'all notice.
Where do I begin? I've known Scott for over 7 years now, since 2014. Over this time, we've become really close friends, and I can't name a single person I've ever met who is as nice, trustworthy, and as genuine as Scott. While we've had our ups and downs, sure, I wouldn't trade our friendship for anything. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, this Scott guy seems really nice. I wish I could have a friend like that. He must be awesome. You're describing him like he's the second coming of Christ. These are all valid statements. However, if you want to gain a better understanding of who Scott is and what he is like as a person, we must go back to where it all started. In demeaning. Our friend Scott Marr started his YouTube career under the moniker Scott the Ankle Breaker. He would create this channel in December of 2016 and would go on to post to it regularly. He created classics such as Roast PewDiePie.
Let's get PewDiePie. Why do you look like a ballless freak? Why do you gotta be so cringy? Why do you gotta be so weird? Why do you gotta have nipples?
Markiplier Roast, and of course, Jacksepticeye Roast. Also, who can forget Rage, Brax Controller?
I think most of my experience with him and most of my main memories come from around 5th grade, because I shared a table with him for a while. And you know, every day he'd come in and he'd sit down at the table and he'd talk about his plushies and his love for FNAF. And he'd come in and he'd sing the what was it called? Indian the Ink Machine song.
Oh yeah.
Like at least once a week maybe. And so that was always a fun experience. But recess is where a lot of my experience comes with him too, because he'd always do this thing. It wasn't just to me; it was just kind of everyone. He'd come up and he'd make like a knife motion in your neck and be like, "Knife to meet you," and or he'd come up and like with the hatchet kind of thing, and he'd be like, "Let me ask you a question," and he'd always kind of just do that, just goofing around. And so yeah, I think, and then there's like little experiences, but those are my main experiences with him.
In the end, however, this channel did not last. Scott would eventually become known as Unknown Raper 555. Unfortunately, we do not have any of his videos from this channel archived, so as far as the making of this documentary, they are lost to time. Fortunately, from this point forward, all of Scott's videos have been archived. All of these early videos scream bored kid messing around with a camera, and it gives off a very wholesome vibe. It reeks of innocence, and it's hard to keep a smile off your face when watching. Things were surely looking up for Scott in his YouTube career. Little did we know, however, there was a storm brewing. The transition into middle school was a somewhat easy one for our boy Scott. Some of that childlike innocence remained, along with a new outlook on life. Many of his videos from this time reflect that.
Ominous difference. Look how big he is. Wow. He's like a lot bigger in real life than on camera.
Fricked up my phone, but I'm back.
Most days after school, Scott would often get home and live stream.
But I'm gonna be live streaming a Try Not to Laugh.
In these live streams, he would often react to Try Not to Laugh videos or watch Let's Plays. These videos weren't transformative in the slightest, however, Scott has the ability to carry a video thanks to his personality alone.
Wait. Shadow Clone Jutsu! Just a bunch of millions of memes just appearing everywhere.
He He would also do simple vlog style videos where he would describe to us his day or whatever he was into at the time. It didn't really matter what Scott uploaded. You were always in for a treat when watching a Deoxys Plays video.
Well, there was a lot of pretty interesting moments that I had with Scott. Some were better than others. One that really sticks out to me is the rap battling that would happen at lunch. Specifically, one where we had a crowd gather around. It was a lot of fun. You know, I like to think of the good memories that we had. Just the rap battling. There was an event where he did that in the hallways. There was a lot of rapping. That's mainly when he was active, and that I like to remember in that stage. It was a very fun experience. Seemed like everyone was engaged and it was fun. He was coming out with these lines out over and over, freestyling it, and you were too. You were there. It was a pretty fun time. That's just one moment that really sticks out to me when I think of Scott. You know.
As 2019 drew to a close, everything was going great for Scott. However, things were about to get very bad very quickly. As of early 2020, there was a notable difference in Scott's demeanor. Gone were the days of kind-hearted reactions or Beyblade reviews. Now, Scott was uploading complaint videos and all kinds of negative, hate-filled rant videos. Scott also started cursing in his videos, and he was overall more brash and arrogant. This was not the same Scott we once adored. You may be unsure of what caused this sudden change in tone. I believe there are a few things at fault here. One, a global pandemic the likes of which we shall not speak of, and the other is Scott simply getting older. Getting older is one thing we cannot stop no matter what. Time doesn't wait until you're ready. Time just does as it pleases. Getting older is something that everyone will experience whether we like it or not. It's just a part of life. Some people just change. We'll never know for sure what his turning point was. Whether it be he was exposed to bad content or just him getting older and learning new things, again, there's no way to tell. Although this wasn't the same Scott we once knew, maybe we could learn to love this Scott just as much as we did the old Scott. While this was a hard pill to swallow, it was manageable. What happened next, however, was the antithesis of manageability. In August of 2021, Scott announced that he was going to move away. It took all of us by complete shock. We didn't know what we were going to do. Scott had been a part of our everyday lives for years at this point. We were all very upset. However, we did have our daily dose of Scott. This came from his content. Although we couldn't see Scott in person every day, we could at least see that beautiful face of his. We didn't know what to expect from his new content. We didn't set our expectations that high, but going back on it, we definitely should have. Scott wasn't just back to making regular videos. Scott was back with a fucking vengeance.
Oh, hi, Sean. Alright, freak. You have a limp dick.
What the hairline do?
Why do you like not to? You have a chrome dome, boy. You spent $30 on a goddamn profile pic. Insecure about your hair.
Bitch, I don't believe that.
You're a freak of nature. God, your mother never loved you.
She is sick of it.
Your lubricant for when you masturbate? You look ugly. You love EDW. You're a bulbous freak. You got scammed. You have no penis nose.
You don't have any hair.
Ugly as fuck. Hey, fuck you, Sean. Fuck you.
Fuck you, J-Station. Go eat it, dick.
Get your life straight, bitch.
Scott was on top of the world. He was back to making his beloved roast videos. He started making drink reviews, and he even started making rap videos again. It was sad to see Scott go, but thankfully we live in the internet age, so keeping up communication was not a struggle in the slightest. Scott's Team A in Brentwood was over, but his time of even greater glory was just beginning.
Hi, Scott. I know you can't see me, but just want to let you know you're one of the good people I know. You're kind and caring. There's a lot of things I couldn't do without you. We're all missing you right now. And come visit again sometime, all right?
Hey Scott, I know we've had a rocky history. I think we've both said and done things to each other that we regret now. I know I definitely have. But, after all of that, you're still the realest homie I know. I genuinely mean it. Like, you speak your mind, you stick to it, you don't let anyone, talk you down, you stand up for yourself, and I really admire that, I really just appreciate you being you, Scott. And I know that you have now moved and we can't talk as much, which is, that's unfortunate. Even though we have gone our separate ways, and even when college arrives and everyone goes their separate ways, I'll never forget you, Scott.
Thank you for the 1 subscribe. I really appreciate it. Yo, that was actually pretty good.